This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham, and get the latest from Alpena Community College with Don McMaster. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smitham. Today I'm with Brad Summers from the Boys and Girls Club of Alpena. Good morning, Brad.
Good morning, Nancy.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
And I understand you've had a crazy busy week at the club during the school break between Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah, this is it's a really fun time of the year for us. We get lots of kids getting a lot of holiday projects, a lot of arts and crafts projects, and of course, you know, our staff really feeds off the energy and the enthusiasm of all these kids coming to visit us. Because of course, you know, they're very excited this time of year.
Oh yes, yes. First of all for Christmas and gifts, and then for not going to school for a week.
Oh yeah, you know, we do things like watching movies with them, of course, a lot of Christmas themed movies, a lot of special events during this time of year, you know, a lot of the arts and crafts, of course, like I said earlier, but the kids get into the gym, they have so much energy, and just, you know, they're so fun and engaging. And then, of course, you know, there are some of those kids that have a little tougher time this time of year, too.
Yes.
It's not all sugar.
Christmas is a tough time.
Yeah, it's a tough time. There's a lot of stress on family structures during this time of year. We're doing a lot of special initiatives, too, getting some kids some Christmas gifts, and through local donations from individual donors in the community. That have stepped up to help us be able to provide some things like clothing and food and things of that nature, and of course some of the toys and fun things. But you know, when we do the Christmas list every year, some of the kids, you know, they'll ask for G.I. Joes or they'll ask for, you know, all kinds of crazy toys. But when you get that one list where the kids are talking what they really want for Christmas, and they put socks and T-shirts and hats and gloves and coats, you know, those are the ones that really, you know, send up the red flags for us, saying, you know, we need to really help these kids.
And the things that we take so for granted every day of our life, they're lacking.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and I've said it many times. It's kind of like Maslow's hierarchy. You know, to get to that self-actualization at that apex of the triangle, you know, those basic needs, those physiological needs need to be met. So, you know, if kids are going without food, without shelter, without clothing and those kind of things, they'll never get to that top of that apex. So, you know, for us and a lot of other organizations in this community, we all work together to help facilitate as much need as we possibly can. So, it's...
Well, you're excellent at it. The club and all of your staff, you're absolutely the best.
Yeah, it's on my staff and my board of directors. You know, they do a lot of hard work, find the needs of the kids, and, you know, because of, you know, the generous nature of our community, we're able to provide for these kids. So, you know, we always, and no matter what situation a kid is in at our facility, we never discriminate, or we never make them feel like they're any different from any other kid. So it's a great testament to the staff at the club, you know, the board of directors and the community, with not making these kids feel different, you know, making them feel included and just having fun.
Good.
You know, it's
I
the way
like
this
that.
time of year is supposed to be like that.
Yes, it is. And another important event coming up is MLK Day, Martin Luther King, and you're doing a project.
Yep, on January 14th,
Okay.
Our AmeriCorps member, Brooke Mainville, applied for a grant through Generation On, and what we're going to be doing is doing these food pantry boxes. I think at one place that we've designated an area was Rotary Island behind the club.
Okay.
And what it is, we're looking for canned food donations.
Okay.
And the canned food donations are going to be used to put in these boxes for families that are struggling this time of year, or, you know, that are looking for some kind of a donation. It's something different that we've never been able to do, and it's something different the community is really that the community is doing. So it's kind of a neat initiative to help out the people that are struggling in our community, because there are a lot of them. There's a lot of people walking around this time of year that either, you know, I know they're in the shelter system and stuff, but sometimes they might not fit the parameters of those things, and they're just walking around our community, you know, cold and freezing and hungry, and so we're trying to help out as many people as we can.
Okay, and another fun thing is the Grow Tower. You're doing an indoor garden?
Yes, Norm Poley, a county commissioner.
Yes.
He actually represents another company too called Juice Plus.
Okay.
And The owner of this company is based in Tennessee, and what his idea is he's a big contributor to the Boys and Girls Club. So there's 3,700 Boys and Girls Clubs in the United States. The cool thing about this is that this grow tower was a donation from this Juice Plus company, and he's trying to get one at every single Boys and Girls Club.
Wow.
So the kids during the off season, during this time of year where it's a little more difficult to grow things, obviously we can't grow it outside.
Right.
So, inside the kids are starting it from seedlings and just going through the whole process. It's a big hydroponic tower with lights and everything like that, and you can grow all kinds of. During this time, it's good to grow the leafy stuff, and we're very excited to be able to help the kids with this, and very excited that Norm Poley, wrote the grant, helped us to get this tower.
Yay.
Yeah, fun.
All right, and your direct mailer is out this week.
Yep, we got that. It's all set. It's going to be hitting the mailboxes here this week. So, if you can and you have some extra money during this time of year, please think of the Boys and Girls Club. Please think of the kids. Please think of the programs, the initiatives, everything. Every penny that the Boys and Girls Club receives goes right back to the kids, to the community, and to facilitating our initiatives and our programmings for the kids to make them better citizens.
And your attendance is up by 25% in 2016, so obviously your expenses are up.
Exactly. We've had a lot of exposure over the past year and a half of our Youth Volunteer Corps program,
Yes.
our mentoring program, the initiatives that we're running. We're in the paper as much as we possibly can, showing people what we're doing, trying to demonstrate the impact that we have on the community and to the kids. And with that all being said, that means more staff, more food, more resources that we need to put towards the kids. So yes.
Exactly, and like I always say every show, I don't think I've ever missed, if you don't think that there's kids that go there and you don't think they're having fun, they need to go in the door, pull in the parking lot and roll down your window. Hear that joyous laughter.
Yeah, it's amazing how many grants you can get written when you hear an air hockey table banging all day long.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It is amazing.
And membership is $10 a person or $15 for family. So obviously that doesn't cover all the expenses of running a club with as many children and youth coming as you have. So it's very important that people get this mailer. And if you can only do $5, we'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take 50 cents.
Yeah.
I mean, any dollar or monetary amount is beneficial for us in some way. So. Anything that you can put towards it, we are very welcoming to that.
And I would just like to encourage people, if you can't become a volunteer or a mentor, do the $10 and you're paying for a child for a year, or do the $15 and you're paying for a family, and no matter how many children they have in that family.
Exactly.
Okay, we're going to take a break right now, Brad, and we'll be right back.
Thank you.
Please stay tuned. We'll be right back following these messages. Hi, welcome back. I'm with Brad Summers from the Boys and Girls Club of Alpena. Brad, now in our last segment we talked about how many kids come to the club every day and have so much fun, but you have other programs too. You have the Youth Volunteer Corps and your mentoring program. That is an additional amount of youth.
Yeah, those are two big initiatives, special programs that we run in the community. Our Youth Volunteer Corps program has just has grown exponentially over the past 2-3 years. The leadership that we've had in that program, Matt Mashinsky, and our AmeriCorps member Brooke Mainville have done such a great job with encouraging other agencies to support the kids, find something beneficial for them to do, get on-site training for jobs, career training, and bringing on special guests to help with volunteer programs.
Yes.
And it's been absolutely fantastic here for the last 2 years, especially some of the accolades that the program has been bestowed.
I just saw Brooke and Matt went where to?
They went to Philadelphia this year, and Brooke Mainville is our current AmeriCorps member. She's been with us for almost 2 years now, and she was given the AmeriCorps Member of the Year award. Amazing. Which just blows my mind.
Yes.
But that girl does so many things behind the scenes to help the program, to support the kids. She bleeds Boys and Girls Club blue, and really appreciates this community and finds great needs and goes out and assists wherever she can and brings the kids and rallies them together. And I can't say enough good things about Matt and Brooke at that program.
Okay, and then the mentoring program. You know, a lot of times people are looking for a New Year's resolution. You know, why not that New Year's resolution, pay $15 and support a family and become a mentor. You can become a lunch buddy or a community-based mentor, and really the amount of time is totally up to the volunteer.
Yeah, you could do it once a week, you could do it 3 times a week, you could do it once a month. You know, really what it's doing is just showing the kids, showing an individual kid that there are caring adults in this community. Like I've said before, you know, this time of year and throughout the year, there's a lot of parents that struggle. And sometimes, you know, being a single parent or having a parent that's incarcerated or something along those lines, you know, it's very difficult for a single mom or a single dad, you know, to give all their attention to a kid, especially when they're trying to work and put food on the table and clothes on their back. So, you know, the mentoring program is a great way for someone to just step up and say, you know, I would love to sit down and have lunch with this kid once a week, or like I said, once a month. Or, you know, maybe we can go out, we can go watch that football game on a Friday night that they might not be able to go to because dad might be working or mom might be working. Or, you know, a lot of times too, we have a lot of kids that are living with grandparents too. And, you know, that's extremely difficult because, you know, sometimes grandparents just don't have all the energy in the world to take the kids ice skating and then go to a dance recital and then do these things. So, you know, sometimes it's nice, you know, it's very nice to to support the families and support the kid, and you know, and then it all falls in line. The kids' development,
It's amazing.
Increases. Their schoolwork gets better. You know, they have a better attitude on life. So many great things come out from just 1 hour a week.
When I was a lunch buddy for a number of years, I was amazed at the young man that I was a lunch buddy for. He had problems in the classroom. His grades were terrible, and through our time together, I mean, everything improved. And you know, the best thing was, I felt so good about myself when I would go have lunch with him. He'd be looking down the hallway for me. You know, he was just so happy to see me every time, and I spent a half hour with him once a week, and it was one of the best things I ever did.
Yeah, you learn just as much from the kids as they learn from you. So. And
that one-on-one attention, letting him know you're special. He used to take my hand and take me in the lunchroom. She's with me, she's with me. It was so wonderful. Yeah. So I'd like to encourage people, if you get an hour for lunch, you should be able to fit it in. They put a match up with a child that will be, you know, compatible with you. They'll put you at a school near you so you can get there and back quick enough. You can do other things with them. I used to take games, and we'd play games at the lunch hour, and on the snow days we always went outside and played in the snow. Just had a lot of fun, and it was just something that I can't do now, but I was so thankful that I did have the time and that I was able to do it.
Yeah, this isn't signing on for a long-term crazy commitment, you know, but you know, once you grow with the youth and you start providing that service, it's hard to walk away from.
Oh,
you know,
it
and
is.
I know it was very hard for you to walk away from that. And it's not even walking away. I'm still, you know, you'll see that youth in the community, and they'll still walk up, and you know, it just gives you that great sense of accomplishment.
And even the community-based, if you can do something once a week, once a month. If you have 1 or 2 grandchildren and they get bored when they're at your house, why not get another youth from the club, have them come. They get to, you know, you're mentoring them, you're getting new partnerships, they're learning about a family, all those wonderful things, all disguised as fun, but it's not something that takes a huge commitment of time. Like you said, if you like to go to Thunder Bay Theater once a month, you don't have anyone to go with, you know, why not become a mentor and take a young person, get them involved in the arts? There's just so many ways, and we do background checks, and there's training involved, so it's not something you have to be apprehensive about or anything. It's something that's, you know, all laid out in front of you, and you're given guidelines and lots of guidance through the whole thing. You know,
and a lot of the activities that you participate in, it's not on, the expense isn't just on you. The club reimburses, or we facilitate that need. So, you know, it's not a financial burden on anybody. It's just stepping up to help a kid.
It is.
And these kids, you know, we have a wonderful, supportive community. You've heard me say it 100 times on the show, but you know, this is a great way for anybody to facilitate a need for a youth in our community, to help them feel support.
You know, summer's only 24 weeks away, so I'm sure that you're busy planning your summer season.
Oh yes, that's always our biggest time of the year. That and the current time right now with Christmas and everything else. But our summertime is going to be it's going to be crazy this year. We have Jen Digna, our unit director, has already got some plans in place. We're looking to establish some new partnerships this summer to get the kids out on some more field trips, get them more active out in the community. You know, and of course, the Youth Volunteer Corps program is really looking to find more places to do work at. So if there's anybody in the community that's looking for some volunteer work or something where, you know, the kids can learn a job skill,
Yes.
or, you know, feel a benefit from what they're doing, you know, don't hesitate calling the club. We would love to talk about it, chat, see if we can help that. But, you know, summer is definitely coming quick. Can't believe, you know, Christmas, and it's almost already New Year, and everything is, you know, it's just everything flies by really fast, and, you know, before we know it, we're going to blink and summer's going to be upon us, and we're going to have 150 kids in our building again.
You will. And you know, I just want to say how accessible the club is. If you have questions, you can stop by. If you can call 356-0214, someone is always there to answer the phone. Someone always takes the time to call you. If you're not there, you always call back. So I'd just like to encourage people, if you have any questions or thinking about becoming a volunteer or a mentor or want to donate $10 or $15, look for the mailer in the mail. But if you didn't get a mailer, please don't feel shy about just dropping a check in the mail or stopping by.
Yeah, we appreciate every bit of support that we can receive. Like I said, goes right back to the kids, right back to helping the community, and just making sure that the next generation's leaders are supported and have those skills and resources to move on in a good direction.
Well, Happy New Year to you and all of your staff.
Happy New Year to you too. Thank you.
Please stay tuned for Dr. Don McMaster following these messages.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Dr. Don McMaster. I'm president of Alpena Community College, and I'm pleased to have as our guest this morning Sarah Elizabeth McMaster, my daughter.
Hi.
Glad
it's good to be here.
So Sarah is a Alpena public school grad and an ACC dual enrollee, and now is at Albion College. So I'd like to talk first about your experience with dual enrollment at ACC. How did that go, and what did that do for you?
Dual enrollment at ACC was really great for me. I dual enrolled my senior year. I took a calculus class, which was way too early in the morning, but did some good things for me. My instructor for that was lovely. It was a small class size, exactly the way that I needed a math class to be taught. And then I took the anatomy and physiology classes offered by ACC for your nursing students, and I got a lot of those as well. They were hard classes, but I learned so much, not only about the subject matter, but how to learn better.
Yes, it prepared you to be a college student. You were a college student in those classes.
I was, yeah. It was interesting to be in among a bunch of other people who were also very smart and very driven, and, you know, taking classes towards this really great career for them. And it was, I think, important for me as a teenager about to go into college to have that experience before I left town.
Yes,
Yeah.
Wonderful. That's a wonderful insight. John Bellows teaches those classes and does a very fine job.
Yes.
And those three classes are on the Gen Ed side are, I'm told, three of our hardest classes we offer. So way to go.
Thanks. Thanks.
And I have to salute APS for supporting dual enrollment.
Yeah. It was a really easy process for me as an AHS student to sign up for college classes, and they accommodated the college schedule very well, and I never really had any problems taking classes in both places.
That's very important,
Yeah.
an important point. Yes, the APS supports dual enrollment to a wide range of young people who can accumulate lower cost credits that then transfer to higher cost institutions. And that's a wonderful gesture on their part, because it's something they wouldn't necessarily have to do. They also support early college, which is a very growing, robust new partnership between us. So you had great instructors at APS.
I did. I had great instructors at both APS and at ACC. I was very lucky in that regard. Well, maybe not as lucky, since there are a lot of good instructors at both places, but they were the ones for me.
Yes. And I recollect as a parent, Science Olympiad was a huge event in our family, and for you, you thrived and did very well in that, as did your brother and sisters. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, so Science Olympiad was a very important program for me and for our family. We worked very closely with the Dobecks, who are, Pete and Melissa Dobeck at the high school. And there are so many lessons that I learned through Science Olympiad, just away from the sheer content.
Yes.
And just how to work with a teammate and how to organize people and how to do paperwork, which is an important thing that you need to know how to do. But also in doing something that I was really interested in and that will help me in my career along the way.
Absolutely. There's so much to those events that go beyond just the content in them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Mrs. Dobeck and her team of volunteers really have created a powerhouse opportunity for young people. It's gone on a long time.
Yeah, they really have. I was actually back to the high school recently over break to see Mrs. Dobeck and to see her Science Olympiad students, and it was a little weird to be back at the high school, but also just incredible to see how people still love Science Olympiad and still love science and learning, and it was a really good thing to see.
You saw continuity in it after you left.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. That's a good insight too. And how are things going at Albion?
Things are going well. It was my first semester away from home, and that worked out well for me. I took some classes that I wouldn't have had a chance to take, I think, at some sort of larger institutions, and that works really well for me, having small class sizes, instructors that really care about you. It's a lot like ACC or like the high school in size, at least, in that you're learning a lot, but you're also meeting a lot of new people, having a chance to learn about things and know people that you wouldn't otherwise have.
Yes. It's amazing you bring up the relative sizes of Albion and ACC are almost identical. We have about 1,550 students. Some more resources at Albion.
A little bit, but that's okay.
That's okay. And you touch on a very important point, and it's a salient point, I think, for the viewers, is that college at ACC and at Albion involve a opportunity to have a lot more interaction with professors and instructors, not just in the content area, but in helping you to make smart decisions moving forward as mentors or advisors. And you can get that at MSU or U of M or Central or Western. But a lot of students aren't prepared to get it on their own, and they can flounder. So your hopes and dreams for a career?
At this point, I'm looking to go into medicine, be a doctor like my mom, and help some people. That's my goal eventually.
Yes. Do you see yourself coming back to the Alpena region, possibly?
Maybe, if this is where the need is for what I end up doing, then yeah, maybe this is where I'll be. I love the region. I love being back up here for break and seeing all the people and all of the, the locales, and I love it here. So I'll be coming back at least to visit, no matter what.
Well, we'll take you in whatever form you decide to come back, and you still have friends in the region and in the school, and Sarah, it's great to have you, and I appreciate you coming out and submitting to this interview with your dad.
Well, that's fine. It was nice to be back here in WVKB. One of the just quick other things I used to do in high school was Knowledge Bowl, which films here as well. So it was like being home again, being on the set. It was nice.
Outstanding. Thank you, and congratulations. Great work at Albion, and we look forward to seeing many, many great things from you.
Thank you.
And thank you, folks, for watching Talk of the Town. We'll see you again next week.
This has been Talk of the Town with your hosts, Nancy Smitham and Don McMaster.
Than the ones I normally
For a list of events taking place in Northeast Michigan, please visit our website at wbkb11.com and click on the community link. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.
The Talk of the Town furniture and set design are provided by Young Appliance Art Van Furniture on US 23 South in Alpena.